Welcome to Dreamy Detections. Thank you for choosing this quiet corner as your sanctuary for rest and gentle contentment. The story you are about to hear is designed to help you unwind, to let the day's thoughts soften and drift away, and to guide you toward a peaceful sleep. If you find comfort in our tale, a simple like, a subscription to the channel, or a kind comment is always deeply appreciated. Tonight, we will be visiting the serene village of Silverdell, a place nestled in a green valley where life moves at the pace of the seasons. Join us on a sunlit path up a gentle hill where a beautiful discovery awaits. Prepare to be enchanted by the sweet scent of wildflowers, the warmth of the afternoon sun, and the soft melodic sound of flowers that chime in the wind. Chapter 1. The Sunlit Path to Stillness. In the village of Silverdell, the morning sun arrived as a gentle guest, its light spilling softly over the green hills and warming the thatched roofs of the cottages. For Nora Meadowlight, the day began with the familiar, comforting rhythm of her garden. She moved among her herbs, her fingers brushing against the fuzzy leaves of mint and the delicate fronds of chamomile. The air was filled with their clean, green scent, a fragrance that always brought her a sense of profound peace. Her small garden was a world of its own, a place of quiet growth and simple purpose, and she felt deeply rooted in its soil. After her morning tasks were complete, a gentle feeling of restlessness, a quiet pull towards the world beyond her garden gate, settled upon her. It was a familiar feeling, an invitation from the land itself to come and walk amongst its gentle slopes and ancient trees. She packed a small cloth bag with a flask of water and an apple, her movements unhurried and mindful. The path she chose was an old one, a ribbon of soft, well-trodden earth that wound its way out of the village and up the side of the tallest, sunniest hill. The path led her under a canopy of oak and birch trees, their leaves forming a beautiful, shifting mosaic against the blue sky. Sunlight filtered through the branches in dappled patches, dancing on the ground before her and warming the air with its golden touch. She walked slowly, her senses fully awake to the quiet symphony of the woods. She heard the soft rustle of a small creature in the undergrowth, the gentle hum of bees visiting late-blooming clover, and the whisper of the wind as it moved through the high branches. Each sound was a note in the perfect, peaceful music of the day. She focused on the simple, physical sensations of the walk, the feeling of the supportive ground beneath her feet, the warmth of the sun on her shoulders, the soft caress of a breeze against her cheek. With each step, she felt the concerns of the world fall away, replaced by a simple, profound sense of being. She was a quiet observer in this beautiful living world, a part of its gentle, unfolding story. The air smelled of warm earth, fragrant moss, and the sweet perfume of wildflowers that grew in abundance along the path. As she climbed higher, the trees began to thin, giving way to open meadows of tall, swaying grass. The view back towards Silverdell was one of perfect tranquility, the cottages nestled together in the valley like sleeping birds. It was here, on the edge of the open meadow, that she first heard it, A new sound, one she had never heard before, reached her on the breeze. It was a faint, melodic tinkling, like a multitude of tiny, delicate bells. It was a sound so soft, so ethereal, that for a moment she wondered if she had imagined it. She stood perfectly still, closing her eyes to better focus on the sound. It came again, a gentle cascade of notes that seemed to ride upon the current of the wind. It was undeniably real, and it was beautiful. The sound was full of a serene and gentle joy, and it filled her with a sense of peaceful curiosity. It was a sound that seemed to belong to this place, to the sun and the sky and the soft, green earth. It was a beckoning, a quiet invitation to discover a hidden wonder. Her heart felt light, her spirit filled with a quiet sense of anticipation. She had walked this path many times, yet today it felt new, full of a gentle promise. She turned her face towards the direction of the sound, a gentle smile touching her lips. The music seemed to be coming from the very top of the hill, from a place she had yet to explore. With a renewed sense of gentle purpose, she continued her walk, drawn onward by the beautiful chiming melody that danced and swirled in the warm afternoon air. The world felt full of a soft, gentle magic. The sunlight seemed to shine a little brighter. The colors of the wildflowers seemed more vivid. The path ahead was an unfolding story, and she was turning the page with each quiet footstep. The tinkling sound grew a little clearer, a little closer, a constant soothing presence guiding her forward. She felt a profound sense of gratitude for this moment, for the simple, unexpected gift of this beautiful, mysterious music. Chapter 2. The Whispering Meadow of Chimes. Nora followed the thread of the delicate sound, her footsteps soft on the grassy slope. The melodic chiming grew clearer with each step, a sound so pure and peaceful it seemed to wash the air clean. It led her around a small copse of silver birch trees, their white bark shining in the sun, and into a space she had never seen before. It was a small, hidden meadow, nestled in a gentle dip near the summit of the hill, sheltered from the stronger winds but open to the warm golden light of the afternoon. The meadow was filled with a carpet of the most beautiful flowers she had ever seen. They grew in a dense, lush patch, their long, graceful stems nodding in the breeze. Each stem was adorned with a cluster of bell-shaped blossoms, their petals a luminous, ethereal shade of soft blue, like a piece of the summer sky captured in a flower. She had never encountered this particular species in any of her botanical books, and she felt a quiet thrill of discovery. She knelt down, her fingers gently touching a single silken petal, marveling at its delicate perfection. As she sat there, a gentle breeze swept through the meadow. The flowers swayed, and as they did, the chiming sound rose all around her, a clear and beautiful symphony. She realized then, with a soft gasp of wonder, that the music was coming from the flowers themselves. As the bell-shaped blossoms touched one another, their uniquely formed petals created the soft, tinkling chime. It was a natural, living wind chime, a perfect harmony of plant and air, of movement and sound. A feeling of profound tranquility washed over Nora. She lay back in the tall, soft grass, closing her eyes and simply listening. The sound was immersive, a gentle cascade of notes that seemed to tune into the quiet rhythm of her own heartbeat. It was a sound that asked for nothing, a melody that existed simply for its own beautiful sake. She felt the warmth of the sun on her skin and the gentle weight of her body sinking into the supportive embrace of the earth. All thought drifted away, replaced by the simple, overwhelming sensation of peace. She spent what felt like hours in that sun-drenched meadow, a willing audience to the flowers' serene concert. She observed the tiny, intricate details of the scene around her. A ladybug made its slow journey up a blade of grass. A fluffy white cloud drifted lazily across the vast blue canvas of the sky. A butterfly with wings like painted silk fluttered among the bellflowers, its delicate presence adding another layer of beauty to the moment. This small, hidden corner of the world felt like a sanctuary, a place outside of time. Nora thought about the simple miracle of this place, that such a thing of beauty could exist, hidden away, playing its gentle music whether anyone was there to hear it or not. It was a testament to the quiet, unassuming magic of the natural world. The flowers, with their whispering chimes, seemed to share a secret with the wind, a secret of deep and abiding peace. And for this afternoon, she felt she had been let into that secret, allowed to share in their serene and simple existence. As the sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting long, soft shadows across the meadow, Nora knew it was time to leave. She sat up slowly, feeling deeply rested, as if she had just woken from the most peaceful sleep. The chiming of the flowers was softer now, a gentle lullaby in the evening air. She took one last look at the beautiful patch of blue, committing the sight and the sound to memory. She felt a deep sense of gratitude for the gift of this discovery. She made her way back down the path, her steps light and her heart full. The memory of the sound stayed with her, a gentle echo in the quiet of her mind. The world seemed more beautiful now, more full of hidden wonders than it had before. She carried the peace of the meadow with her, a tangible feeling of warmth and serenity that settled deep within her soul. The discovery was a precious thing, a quiet joy she held gently in her heart. Chapter 3. A Shared and Gentle Wonder. The following day, the memory of the bellflower chimes was as vivid and soothing as the experience itself. Nora moved through her morning routines with a new sense of gentle grace, the melodic tinkling seeming to echo in the quiet corners of her cottage. A deep desire to share the wonder of her discovery, to give the gift of that peace to someone else, began to grow within her. Her thoughts turned to Mr. Abernathy, the village librarian, a man whose kindness was as vast and quiet as his collection of books. She found him in his usual place, sitting behind a large wooden desk in the Silverdell library, carefully mending the spine of an old book with a gentle touch. The library was a haven of stillness, smelling of old paper, leather, and beeswax polish. Sunlight streamed through the tall, arched windows, illuminating the floating dust motes in golden shafts of light. Mr. Abernathy looked up as she approached, his eyes crinkling in a warm, welcoming smile. "Nora," he said, his voice a soft, comforting murmur. "How lovely to see you." Nora described her discovery in quiet, gentle tones, her words attempting to capture the beauty of the blue flowers and the ethereal sound of their chiming. She spoke of the profound peace she had felt while sitting in the hidden meadow. Mr. Abernathy listened with patient, thoughtful attention, his gaze never leaving her face. He was a man who understood the importance of small wonders, and he received her story with the gentle reverence it deserved. When she had finished, he was silent for a long moment, a look of contemplative curiosity on his face. "Whisper-wind bells," he said at last, the words soft and full of an old resonance. "There is a story of them, I believe." He rose slowly from his chair and led her through the towering shelves of books, his hand trailing along the spines, as if greeting old friends. He stopped before a tall, slender volume, bound in dark green leather, its title long since faded away. He placed the book on a sunlit reading table and opened it with great care. The pages were thick and creamy, covered in elegant handwritten script and beautiful detailed illustrations of local plants. He turned the pages slowly, the soft rustle the only sound in the quiet room, until he found what he was looking for. It was a painting of a familiar, luminous blue flower. Beneath it, the text described the whisper-wind bells, a flower once common on the sunny slopes around Silverdell, beloved for the gentle music it made in the breeze. The book noted that it had not been seen in the region for over 100 years. Nora felt a soft thrill of connection to the past. She was not the first to hear the flower's song. Generations before her had sat on that same hill, listening to that same gentle music. The discovery felt even more special now, a link in a long, unbroken chain of quiet appreciation. Mr. Abernathy smiled. "It seems you have found something that was not lost," he said gently, "just waiting to be heard again." The news of Nora's discovery spread through Silverdell in the way that all things did, not through loud gossip or excited chatter, but through quiet conversations over garden fences and shared smiles in the village market. It was received as a gentle blessing, another layer of quiet beauty in their peaceful home. Villagers would stop Nora on the lane, their voices soft with shared wonder, asking about the flowers. The story of the whisper-wind bells became a new, gentle piece of the village's living history, a shared secret that brought everyone a little closer. There was no rush to the hill, no crowd of curious onlookers. The people of Silverdell understood the need for a gentle approach. The discovery was a gift to be cherished, a quiet wonder to be visited with respect and a peaceful heart. The story of the flowers became a soft hum of contentment in the village, a reminder of the simple, beautiful magic that was woven into the fabric of their daily lives. Chapter 4. The Harmony of Lasting Peace. In the days that followed, a new, gentle rhythm established itself in Silverdell. In the quiet afternoons, when the sun was warm and a soft breeze was blowing, small groups of villagers would make the slow, peaceful journey up the sunlit path to Bellflower Hill. They walked in twos or threes, or sometimes alone, their footsteps quiet on the earth. There was an unspoken understanding among them, a shared intention to approach the meadow not as a spectacle, but as a sanctuary. They would arrive at the hidden meadow and find a place to sit in the soft, tall grass, leaving a respectful distance between one another. There, they would simply be still, allowing the gentle chiming music of the whisper wind bells to wash over them. Some would close their eyes, a serene expression on their faces. Others would watch the gentle dance of the blue blossoms, a soft smile playing on their lips. The meadow became a place of communal serenity, a space where the quiet anxieties of the world could be released and replaced by a profound sense of harmony. Nora often returned to the meadow herself, finding a quiet joy in sharing the space with her neighbors. She saw the village baker, a man often busy and flower-dusted, sitting perfectly still, his hands resting peacefully in his lap. She saw young children lying in the grass beside their parents, listening with wide-eyed wonder to the flowers' natural lullaby. The meadow held them all in its gentle embrace, offering its music freely and without condition. The shared experience deepened the bonds of the community in a quiet, beautiful way. The peace of the meadow began to infuse the village itself. Conversations seemed a little softer, smiles a little warmer. People moved with a more gentle, unhurried grace. The sound of the bellflowers, even when they were out of earshot, seemed to linger in the air, a constant soothing undertone to the rhythm of daily life. The discovery had blossomed into a source of deep, collective contentment, a reminder of the simple beauty that was always present, waiting to be noticed. For Nora, this was the greatest gift of all. Her quiet personal discovery had become a wellspring of peace for her entire community. She felt a deep sense of connection, not just to the plants in her garden, but to the people she shared her home with. They were all part of the same gentle ecosystem, nourished by the same sun, soothed by the same melodic breeze. Her own feeling of restoration had multiplied, reflected back at her in the serene faces of her friends and neighbors. As autumn approached and the petals of the whisper wind bells finally fell silent, there was no sadness. The villagers knew the flowers would return with the warmth of the next year. The memory of their song was enough to carry them through the quieter seasons. The meadow on the hill remained a special place, a promise of peace to come. The experience had changed the village in a subtle, lasting way, deepening its capacity for quiet joy and shared wonder. Nora stood on her porch one evening, watching the last light of the sun paint the sky in soft shades of pink and gold. She could almost hear the faint, melodic echo of the bellflowers on the wind. She felt a profound and lasting peace settle into her heart. She had found more than just a rare flower. She had found a deeper harmony, a quiet music that connected her to the land, to the past, and to the gentle souls of Silverdell. And she knew that this feeling of contentment, this serene and simple joy, would stay with her always.